Anse, Anoa Gumagandik, which means hello all my relations.
My name is Michael Linklater. I'm from Thunderchild First Nations, and I'm 29 years old.
I was born in Trenton, New Jersey. My mother, Mildred Sabine, was a part of the 60s Scoop, and she was adopted off out there when she was 14. She ended up getting pregnant with me when she was about 20 years old, and she was taken away from her family, and she couldn't get in touch with anybody, neither could our family find her, until my great aunt, Maria Linklater, she ended up finding my mom. She was in Trenton, New Jersey, and she found out she was pregnant with me, and she ended up giving birth to me out there, and she was going to give me up for adoption, but my grandmother, Maria, she told my mom not to give me up, and told her to come back to Canada, and she would raise me for her until she could get back on her feet, because my mother was struggling with addictions at the time. And I understood from my grandmother's teachings that, you know, alcohol wasn't going to take me anywhere, neither was drugs, and I knew it was wrong. You know, we know when we're young, you know right from wrong, and I made that choice not to experiment, and it was a goal I set for myself before any other goals, was to abstain from drugs and alcohol my entire life. And being 29 years old today, I'm still drug and alcohol free, and you know, I've won a national championship with the University of Saskatchewan, and I still see me abstaining from drugs and alcohol as my biggest accomplishment in life. My childhood dream of playing professional basketball, you know, was almost a reality, and I ended up getting a call from a coach and a general manager from the Edmonton Energy, which was a team in the International Basketball League, and there was only 2 franchises in Canada at that time, and he asked me if I would like to go down and play. And Edmonton is not too far from Saskatoon, so it was really close to home. So I said yes, and I remember taking a picture, passing the phone to the assistant coach and telling him to take a picture while I was signing my contract, you know, because that was a childhood dream of mine. What helped me become really successful in the basketball world was putting in countless hours of training, you know, going out to the gym, and it was an affordable sport. All I needed was a rubber ball and some shoes. You know, I practiced dribbling. I would carry a ball everywhere I went. I would bounce it to and from the playground. I would work on my shot, and anytime I had a chance to go to a basketball camp, I was like a sponge. So anything that the coaches had taught me, I would listen, I would soak it up, and I would do exactly what they asked. And one of the things that motivated me when I was practicing on my own was thinking about somebody else in the world who was my age, who was in a gym doing exactly what I was doing, and that I had to work harder than them. You know, I visualized that there was someone standing beside me. You know, I visualized that there was someone else across the world doing that. And when I was tired, I would say that the person beside me was tired as well, and I had to push myself harder. So when I became tired and fatigued, I learned how to push through that and do an extra lap, or put in 10 more shots, or just going that extra mile. When I was younger, I had a lot of people tell me that I couldn't play basketball. You know, I wasn't going to succeed in it because I was too short, because I wasn't smart enough, because I was native. You know, I had a lot of people doubting me. But I always believed in myself, and it's something that we or our youth need to do. They need to believe in themselves first. Whatever you believe, whether you can't do something or you can, you're 100% right. So if you believe that you're not going to make it in life, then you're right, because it's you who's controlling your choices in your life. But at the same time, if you believe you can achieve anything you want, then you're 100% right as well, because you make the choices in your life. You make the decisions, and the only thing that's stopping you from achieving your goals is you. It's not your friends, it's not your family, it's not your community, it's you. You make the excuses to do or not to do something. Being a leader means to lead by example, you know, to do something before you ask someone of it. That was something that I learned, you know, in all the sports teams that I played. I would never ask my teammates to work harder if I wasn't the hardest worker. I would never preach about abstaining from drugs and alcohol if I wasn't doing it myself. So being a leader means to be selfless, to do things that maybe your peers may not want you to do, to take a path that's less walked, to be able to do things that no one else is willing to do because they're afraid. A lot of our choices, I guess, as leaders and as people, they stem from fearful of what others are going to think of us, what they're going to think once we do something. So I think being a leader is being able to put others first and being able to do things by leading by example.